Hello, friends. Welcome to your reading. My name is Paul. I'm so glad you could make it. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoy these readings. It really does help out the channel. Now, this is a general message for Gemini. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We're starting with a 5 of Pentacles. You're someone who is, you're ready for change. I feel like you're in the middle of a transition in your life. You're in the middle of doing something difficult. You're out here in the storm, weathering the storm. You're out here pushing yourself. You're out here grinding away at something to improve your life. You're out here doing what it takes. You're working hard to do better, have more for you, your loved ones, right? To improve your life. You have a goal. And that's why you are pushing yourself as you are. Okay, this is the card of change. This is the card that says, if I keep doing the difficult work, it's going to pay off. Eventually that light will break forth, right? And success or illumination or whatever we're working for, right, will appear. Okay, this is us trying to be in the moment, right, and trying to just do the task in front of us, do what's difficult, knowing that it's going to have a positive effect, a positive result. This is someone who is at the gym. You know, not focused on yesterday, not focused on tomorrow, it's focused on right now. I'm doing the work. Here I am, exercising, working hard, and I know it's going to be good for me. I know that the breakthrough that I'm waiting for and striving for is going to appear. We know that good things are going to happen. Anytime we get a 5, we start looking for the 4. Okay? We like to see the kind of alternation between work and rest, work and rest. Maybe it'll be the breakthrough. Let's see what else we get. We're going to put this card into a little bit of context. You are somebody who is in the middle of change. There's the Ace of Wands. You're committed to a higher purpose. You're aspiring to something that is tremendous. I think that you have tremendous willpower. Okay? And I think that you are strengthening your willpower. Here you have an 8 of Wands, a Knight of Cups, a 9 of Cups. Look at that. And of course, the Hierophant. Yeah, so I feel like you are, you're striving for something. The Hierophant here is representing that goal, that mastery over something. Okay? It could be that you're working very hard to become a teacher, to become an expert, to become, to become the person you're meant to become. This is that future version of yourself. Yeah. Over here we have a 6 of Pentacles, we have a Queen of Cups, 2 of Swords, and the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is you walking away from something, right? Walking away from anything less than your happiness. You're not compromising, okay? So to me, it feels like with this 5 of Pentacles, you are out here in the snow. You're out here in the cold weather. You're out here doing the thing, and you will accept nothing less than achieving your goal. Whether that goal is enlightenment or, a spiritual goal, let's say, or if it is a financial goal, or if it's some kind of it could be a business thing, it could be an art thing, it could be a family thing. You are not giving up until you achieve, right? You're not giving up until you become that version of yourself that you're meant to become. All right. So the 8 of Cups here at the end is you walking away from anything that is not it. Any kind of emotional experience of this thing, if it's not the goal, if it is not, union with your higher self, you're saying, nope, I got to keep traveling. I got to keep walking on. Yeah. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here with Michael Scott right on top, world's best boss. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card might be, put your prediction down in the comments. Yeah, let's use our intuition. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, looking around the room, the only major arcana we have is the Hierophant. This is your higher self. This is your true self. This is self-mastery. This is enlightenment. This is you in alignment with your true self. This is you pursuing that best version of yourself. And it kind of feels like it's a never-ending process. You know, if this is a spiritual thing, we can always deepen our connection with spirit. There's always something that we can do. We never fully arrive, right? Our path of enlightenment is never over. Our path of success is never over. Our path of self-development or spiritual evolution is never over. There never is a final goal, I don't believe. And that's why we're going from a 9 to an 8 of cups. It's kind of like, I've found what I've been searching for. I've won. I'm back off of on the quest again. Going the hermit sort of leaving behind all the attainments. And it's sort of in a way, whatever accomplishments we achieve, we sort of have to leave them behind if we want to continue to grow and make progress and evolve. And that's what evolution really is. It's leaving behind that comfortable state. The comfortable thing that we've achieved. Now we're saying, I'm going to leave that here. I'm going to go back out into the dark, scary forest and continue my quest. Yeah, I feel like you're a spiritual warrior. And you are on a quest, no matter how many achievements, no matter how many moments of absolute bliss, no matter how many spiritual experiences you have, no matter what you attain, you're still continuing on the journey. Okay? And maybe this is a journey of you then achieving something for yourself, but then kind of in a way renouncing it in order to be a teacher for others. This could be one of those bodhisattva energies that we talk about. Okay, someone who is sort of renouncing liberation or freedom for themselves in order to bring others to liberation, spiritual liberation, freedom from our karma. It's almost as if you are accepting more karma into your life so that you can remain here to help others, right? The Hierophant is that kind of a teacher, a mentor, even a guru. To me, it is someone who is here, who could have withdrawn into bliss, into nirvana, into freedom, right, for themselves, but has chosen to stay here in order to help the rest of us out. You know, it's to me, and this could be very much a spiritual reading in that way. I think this is your spiritual destiny, right? But I feel like this may be taking place in a more practical sense as well. I feel that you are, in a way, you're putting aside your own personal desires in order to be of service to others, in order to help or to teach. Could be that you're becoming a bit of a counselor or therapist. You're moving into the social work kind of field, or mental health, emotional health. Could be that you're an energy healer. Okay, I feel like you're teaching others. You're not healing others. You're teaching others how to heal themselves. Yeah. So anyway, we've got our one major arcana energy. We have fire and fire. We got water and water and water and water. So a lot of emotional energy here. We have a little bit of air. And we've got our earth cards here and here. Okay. So we're going from a 5 to a 6. And from that 6, we're realizing that we care about something even more deeply than we care about our own personal success. So we're making a very difficult decision to walk away from something to continue this work, to continue being of service. Okay? Yeah, you're enjoying the big win. You're enjoying, and maybe this is kind of a higher spiritual happiness or more spiritual bliss for you, knowing that you're making a difference in the world. Right? knowing that this is what you're meant to do in life. This is the only major card that we have, and it's right in the middle of things. How are you passing on your knowledge? How are you sharing what you have attained, right? And how are you passing that on to those that come after you? This could be a spiritual lineage. It could be a generational thing. It could be asking you, how are you passing on what you've achieved to others? Do you have kids, grandkids? Are you passing it on to them? Is this a mentorship kind of thing? Are you passing it on to humanity as a whole through writing books or doing YouTube videos, giving lectures or something like this, right? Presentations. And I think that's the question really here. How are you passing on your wisdom to others that need it? Yeah. The Knight of Cups here, this is the Knight of the Holy Grail. This is the questing knight. And I think that this is your achievement. Let's say this is someone who has found the Grail. This is Percival who has found the Grail. This is the Grail Knight that's now coming home. And could easily just bask in the glory of the Grail, right? Of the love, of the achievement, that you've succeeded. You've had this union with God. You've had this enlightenment. But instead of ascending, you've chosen to remain here on the horizontal plane instead of going vertical, right? You're staying on this horizontal earthly plane. This is the earthly axis. This is the heavenly axis. You're staying here, choosing to stay in this realm of suffering and pain and changeable matter, the physical realm, where everything is change, right? Where existence is suffering, etc., if you want to take the Buddhist view. And you're choosing to remain here in order to pass on your wisdom and to teach. Okay? And it takes willpower to be engaged in this world of changeable matter in a way that is meaningful. So through your continued experience of life, you have even more to gain and more to share. The more you gain, the more you give. The Six of Pentacles even is a card of generosity. Not necessarily always just generosity with money. With your experience, you are passing something on. You are sharing what you have achieved with other people rather than just going up here, keeping it for myself. Yeah. So I like this horizontal path. And I wonder what the Eight of Wands is down here. The Eight of Wands might be a restlessness. You know, this might be something that that you battle. Maybe I don't know if you're kind of a nervous person or you're prone to anxiety. I feel like sometimes if we don't have a goal, then we might get a little restless. We might start getting a little antsy. We might start tap dancing on the shag carpet. And I think that if we were to just take our win and keep it and stay home and say, that's it, this is mine, I've got it, I'm just going to stay here with this, and I'm going to try to be happy, I think eventually we're going to start getting kind of restless. Like, okay, it's like someone who retires and has nothing to do, no projects going on. We're just retired. It's like we've retired from life. It's like, well, what am I going to do? I got to do something, right? And then what? We start getting into trouble. We start doing things we don't really want to do because we need something. So I feel like the Ace here is saying that, look, even though you really could retire and just enjoy life, enjoy your win and just bask in the glory of all your achievements, you're choosing to have another goal. You're choosing to go back out in the dark, scary forest, in the snow where it's uncomfortable, and pursue another goal, pursue something else, which I feel is a role that is going to be of service, it's going to be teaching, it's going to be giving back to the community, that sort of thing. Otherwise, we've got restlessness. Otherwise, we have this, something is urging you on to continue going. I don't think you're someone that really likes to sit still for very long. The Nine of Cups, of course, is happiness. It's happiness on every plane of being. It's abundance. on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. It's kind of a card that says, look at what I've achieved. I've made it. I've achieved happiness. Look at me sitting there really, really satisfied with myself, you know. But there's something in you that's saying like, okay, this is good, but now I got to move. I miss the dance of life, you know. We could sit here with our accomplishments, but eventually it's just going to be us looking at the pictures on the mantelpiece, looking at our past accomplishments, rather than saying, I got to go get another one. I got to go do something else, you know. I think once a questing knight, always a questing knight. Yeah. So we're back on the road. We're back at it, you know. And I think that you're someone who realizes that about yourself, where you have a need to always be involved in, so always have a project. Okay, 5 of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands. I'm always working on something. I've always got something going on. I've always got my attention focused on something that is, you know, relatively challenging. And of course, it is going this direction. If we think of, okay, having this, you know, feeling a desire towards something, working hard toward a goal, achieving mastery or achieving the goal, gives us another trophy on the mantelpiece. So it's kind of like you want to keep doing this triangular shape to avoid that restless feeling. Or not even to avoid it, we're going to enjoy this until we feel this, and then we start the process again. And we're up here. So we're sort of going this way, up, and then down. It's kind of creating like backwards number 4. And, you know, I think that we enjoy the win. We feel the love, the pleasure, the happiness, the joy of it, the bliss, until something stirs in us again and we start to wake up and we start to aim towards something new. Okay? And I think in some way you're teaching this to other people. Now, Path of the Serpent. If you haven't subscribed yet, by the way, please do. These readings are totally free. They don't cost anything. You're a very generous person. I think you would give somebody the shirt off your back, whatever money you had in your wallet or purse, you'd give to somebody if they needed it. That's the kind of person you are. Because you know that, well, you know what, I can go get more. You know, it's not that big of a deal for you. I think the more you do it, the more you struggle and work hard towards something, the more willpower you get, and the easier it becomes to be a person that accomplishes things. It doesn't mean that what you're doing is easy. What it means is that you have developed in yourself a very powerful will. You are a person that can do things, you know. And I feel like you're very generous and you want to share, you want to give back, you want everybody to feel that. You want everybody to have something, you know, to share in this with you. It doesn't mean you're going to just like give someone all your money, but maybe you're going to teach them like how to do it. Maybe you're a consultant. Maybe you're like a business advisor. Maybe you're a motivational speaker. Maybe you're somebody that like a contractor, or you're somebody that that kind of goes in and teaches somebody how to get their business going, how to get their thing off the ground, you know. You're very generous in that way. You want everybody to know what it means to succeed and to feel good. Yeah. And so when you achieve something, I think that there's going to eventually be, feels like a dissatisfaction. You know, it feels like great happiness, but why do I feel some anxiety? Well, that brings us to our Queen of Cups, because there's something deeper going on in you. There's a spiritual destiny here, right? There is a fate for you. And I think that your own soul is not letting you just be coming home to the castle and to King Arthur's court and just chilling, you know, being just enjoying your time there and never going on another quest. You know, there's something stirring in you, and it's causing you to really look deeper into yourself, the Queen of Cups, right? There's something that you care about more than you care about your own success, about money, etc. The Queen, right? The Queen is sitting here on the beach. You have all this water in front of you, all this joy and all this beauty and pleasure around you, but you're focused on this. All that doesn't mean anything. This means something, right? So I feel like you're aligned to a higher purpose in your life. You have a spiritual destiny here that takes you beyond just what I can achieve, the pictures or the diplomas I got on my wall, the trophies I got on the mantelpiece. I got a trophy right over here. This was a Dundee. I got a Dundee Award. One day I'll show you. But there's something that means more to you than all of that. You know, and this is what your soul is telling you. This is why you can only be content with your accomplishments for a little while before you start feeling that restlessness again. Spirit's urging you on to your true quest, which is in some way connected with being this Hierophant energy. Stepping into your true role in life. Maybe as a spiritual teacher or an energy healer or something along those lines. Maybe this is you just going and working at a school. Okay, it could be. But with that feeling comes the Two of Swords, the need for some deliberation, the need for following our intuition. Because the Two of Swords is like, I'm trying to figure this out mentally. And I'm trying to do the math. And every time I do the math, 2 + 2 = 4, every time. So technically, mathematically, I should be okay. I should be fine here. I should accomplish my goals and I should be happy. It does not make sense to then go hermit mode and walk away. It doesn't make sense to renounce your enlightenment to come back down here and teach others how to be enlightened, to liberate others, you know? It doesn't make any logical sense. It doesn't need to. It's your feelings. It's your destiny. It's your intuition. It's not a logical thing. There's nothing for us to do the math on. You know, this transcends the rational mind. It transcends the mathematics, you know. And the Two of Swords really, it shows us that, because there's that little crescent moon on the card that says, look, we're not making a decision based on logic, based on what we can see with our senses. We're making a decision based on intuition, based on feeling, based on spirit, based on what your soul is telling you. And your soul is telling you that your journey's not over yet. Your soul is telling you that there is more for you to do in this life. Okay, that your higher purpose is calling. It's toward you stepping into your Hierophant role. So like I said, we're feeling the success. We're feeling the glory. This is a big win. You're accomplishing a lot in your life. And there will be a time where that is not enough. There is something that's not satisfying about that. It doesn't just mean more achievement, more money, more trophies. I think right now you're in the middle of accomplishing something. It's going to feel good. It's going to feel really good. Eventually it's not going to feel so good anymore. There's something else is going to be stirring inside of you. And that aspiration is going to take you in a new direction. Okay? So what you're accomplishing now, you need to accomplish it. But it is not the goal. It is going to be one stepping stone on a much larger path for you. So the Eight of Cups then becomes you kind of going back into the forest on your quest. I don't think you're necessarily renouncing your financial success or your money or your big win or anything like that, or your achievements. I think you're realizing that they are just stepping stones. This win, if this is financial, this money is just a stepping stone in a much larger journey for you. Okay. Let's look at the mystery card. I want this to be the bigger journey. I want this to be the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress. I want it to be the High Priestess or the World. World Wheel of Fortune, I think. One of those. What do you think? Put your prediction in the comments. Let's see. The Death card. The transformation. The evolution. The continued slow, steady progress. Never stops. If we stop, we're sliding back. Right? We may briefly pause, but life's a no parking zone. You can stop, you can pause, but don't you dare put it in park, turn the engine off. You know? There is constant progress. Death is this is the process of change. It's slow and steady. It's going to get to everybody eventually. This is slow and steady change over the course of time. This is a continued evolution. This does not stop. This is always moving forward. Always going, relentlessly moving forward. Yeah. This is kind of saying that the completion of one thing is just the beginning of the next thing. right? Birth and death is just a doorway in between realities. Yeah. So when something it wraps up and we feel that it's completed, there may be a pause, but then there's going to be a go again. You know, we may get a chance to kind of stop and smell the roses and drink the coffee, but then it's time to keep going. Okay. And I think that this is, in some ways, this is, as long as we are aware, conscious spiritual beings, we always have a path. There is no end to the path. The path really is a spiral that keeps going up and up and up infinitely. I think there is the choice of, for certain people to get off that wheel of Dharma, to get off that cycle of quests. But I feel like your path is to help others, to be here to show others the way. Yeah, and I think that's part of our Eight of Cups. This, to me, this is the Hermit. This is somebody that's showing the way. And if I see you walking away, but I'm still here, being entertained by these 8 cups, by the joys and pleasures and sorrows of life, still mixed up with that, still mixed up in the fluctuation of desires and emotions and all that. But I see you walking away, going off on this journey, this just through the forest, not even a path, just sort of wandering off into nowhere. I'm going to want to follow you. And so you're leading people away from the meaningless concerns of life, the ups and downs, just the petty desires, all the bovine excrement, really. And you're leading people to truth. You're leading people to wisdom and enlightenment. Okay? I think that this is your spiritual destiny. I think the Death card is showing that your path is not coming to an end. It's just beginning. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading. We'll do some oracle cards. We'll do an I Ching reading. There's a link up in the corner, and there's a link down below. New readings for Gemini Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.